What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys another super fun and interesting VGC 2015 battle. As you can see, my team on the left-hand side is going to be that standard Mega King Amoonguss lead from VGC 2014. That's an old school meta, leading off against, Connor, who's going to be using that Terrakion Heatran. That's about as countered as you're going to get, I think, in my opinion. Kangaskhan vs Terrakion, bad matchup. Amoonguss vs Heatran, bad matchup. So, not bringing in the secondaries in Tokus and Arcanine and Salamence and Swampert into this, I think I have a pretty dismal turn one at best. So we're just going to try and see how I can get out of this. Like I said, guys, this is a pretty long battle. So sit tight with me. Hope you guys enjoy the battle. It's going to be a super fun time, and I'll try to cast this as best I can. So, like I said, we're going to see him leading off with Terrakion and Heatran, two overpowered legendaries, against my Kangaskhan and Amoonguss. So this is definitely not what I expected him to lead with, so he certainly called me turn one, and, I'm going to be Mega Evolving into that Kangaskhan. There's nothing else I'm not going to go not Mega Kangaskhan, even though I think that is a very viable set in certain situations. But we're going to see him actually go for a double protect, which is something I really wasn't expecting. This turn, you're going to see me go for a really, really risky play and power up punching Heatran and sporing the Heatran. I was trying to get Heatran out of the battle for a turn. I put all my eggs in the basket of Terrakion going for that quick guard to stop a fake out. Sadly, it didn't work out that way, and we're going to actually see him go for a rock slide this turn, just to get a little bit of AoE on the board and try to flinch my Pokemon. We're then going to see Heatran follow it up with a huge stabbed Heat Wave, and, it's going to leave my Amoonguss at 10 HP, and it's going to let me get the Spore off. But I'm still stuck in the situation where I don't really want to fight a Terrakion, and Heatran's going to wake up eventually. I don't know what any of his secondaries are left. Sure, I have a Pokemon asleep, but I still don't really like my board here, especially when he comes in with a Salamence to lay down and intimidate on my Kangaskhan. So things are getting even worse for me. Like I said, I do have that Pokemon asleep, and I'm in a dominant offensive position, but it's just a scary position to be in. That's all. So you saw I popped a Rage Powder just to make sure Terrakion didn't want to go for a close combat. I go down to the Rock Slide, and as long as Kangaskhan doesn't get flinched, which I don't get flinched this turn, we're gonna see me go for that huge Power Up Punch onto Salamence. It's not really that huge, but it's gonna get me out of the -1 hole and up into the +1 hole. So it's pretty much where I want to be. But I am down a Pokemon, so I'm going to decide to come out with Togekiss. Remember, this is a Scarfed Togekiss. It's going to be laying down that huge AoE fairy type attacks on his whole board. But first, we're going to see him Mega Evolve into that Mega Salamence, gaining that Aerialate ability. So he's going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to pop Protect. Like, I still can't just eat close combats. I'm going to force him into either trying to close combat or just to settle for a Rock Slide while I lay down a Choice Scarf Dazzling Gleam. So that's going to drop both of them to about 25%, and we're going to see Terrakion go for that Rock Slide again. So I'm completely fine eating a Rock Slide. Like I said, when I was talking to one of my friends, Jim Hamilton, I was at his house when I was playing this game, and I totally predicted that last turn. I predicted Salamence to go into my Kangaskhan and him to go for the Rock Slide. So this is a great turn for me. Like I said, we're going to see Salamence go down to the second Choice Scarf Dazzling Gleam. Terrakion would have as well if it would have not protected, but that's completely fine. So it's at this point that, remember, we're still on that second turn, I decided to Power Up Punch my own Togekiss because I expected to one-shot both of his Pokemon. I got a critical hit on the first hit, which was kind of funny, and it's going to leave my Togekiss in the red, but it does give my Kangaskhan that +3 I'm so desperately searching for. Now Swampert comes down. That definitely does change this battle up a lot. I'm actually going to withdraw my Togekiss because I know Swamperts always carry that wide guard, which would kill me here. And I go into Arcanine. It's my last Pokemon. It's not something I would like to switch into against a board this devastating, but it's something that has to happen. And Kangaskhan's obviously going to go for Protect first turn. I just need to see what is going on. I want to know if Terrakion's going for an attack or not. We're going to see Swampert obviously go for that wide guard. So I can't really lay down any away with Togekiss, so I had to get out of there that turn. We're then going to see Kangaskhan. Even though I'm at +3, I'm switching out into Togekiss this turn. Very dangerous stuff to eat the close combat. Remember, I'm at 23 HP, and I freaking live at 3 HP. That's ridiculous. I know I fourthed the damage, but that is some crazy stuff. And we're going to see my Arcanine then lay down a huge close combat coming in onto that Terrakion. So it's at this point, right? It's at this point that I thought that I won the game. I'm like, oh, I win. I just gotta kill this Swampert. I mean, Swampert's gonna, obviously, I think he gets an attack off this turn, right? Yeah. So he's gonna go for a Scald, right? Scald's gonna come in. It's gonna take on my Arcanine. Remember, I did use close combat. I thought I won. I'm like, all I gotta do is send out Kangaskhan and I win. but I think we're all forgetting about the Heatran that is asleep, that was put to sleep on turn 2 of the game. So I was like, oh my gosh, there's still a Heatran here. This is pretty dangerous. So I go for an Air Slash. Remember, I am Choice Scarfed, but I switched moves. I switched out so I can use different moves, and I go for a Power Punch on Heatran with my Kangaskhan, and he has a Chople Berry, Super Tech, cutting my fighting damage in half. It's still going to give me the +2 that I really want to see, but yeah, I didn't get the damage I really wanted. I'm gonna have to hit him again. And Heatran's obviously gonna be asleep that turn. So we see that Heatran is a little bit faster than Swampert, but not as fast as Kangaskhan, which really does matter. We're really gonna see Swampert go for a Scald. I cannot believe that didn't burn, but pretty lucky stuff. Next turn we're gonna start off Heatran going with Protect. Pretty cool stuff. It's gonna force me to flinch this Swampert here. Last turn I didn't get the flinch, but I really, really, really need it this turn, and of course, I'll get the flinch when it pulls through. We're going to see Swampert go for a Protect this turn, but we already know that my Kangaskhan at +2 can definitely take out the Heatran because we already know that I am faster from the 2 turns before. When you're asleep like that, I always do think it's the right idea to just spam Protect if you know you're not going to wake up, just because it hides your speed tiering. For all I would have known, that Heatran could have been super fast, and there would have been no way for me to really know about it until the turn that he just woke up and like heat waved me or something like that. So just a little bit of a tip there. It just gave me the confidence to continually go for the Power Punch instead of playing more defensively. So it gave me just a free tell into what he was doing. And then we obviously saw the Swampert go down to the Togekiss. So I wanted to upload this battle to show you guys that even if you have like a really, really bad lead matchup and you get 100% called by your opponent, that doesn't mean it's game over. You have to take big risks. Turn 2 and turn 1 and turn 2, I completely ignored that Terrakion and just tried to take out what I felt were the main threats. I looked at what 4 Pokemon I brought. Kangaskhan's decent against Heatran, but Amoonguss, Togekiss, and Arcanine can all fall prey in one shot to most of his moves. So I saw Heatran as the main threat, and I wanted to neuter him as soon as possible, and that's what I set up my team to do. Granted, I forgot about him even being in the team after I put him asleep because he switched out so early, but I ended up killing him in the end. So, getting the KO, that's the correct term. So guys, thank you guys for watching this game. I hope you guys learned a lot, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.